Okay. Is it the basics data binding?
Yeah.
Okay. That's weird. I tried to unzip the file,
Okay.
but it's saying that unable to expand this file. It's unsupported.
Let me try that. Only 1 second. I'll just inform Palash. So Palash is not able to join for some challenge. He has some technical challenges, so that's okay. No worries. I just okay. Let me try that unzipping it here. Hold on 1 second. Next directory temp. Okay, so unzip minus d temp data binding dot zip. It seems to be okay.
Okay. Let me try it. Let me try it again.
Yeah, no problem.
It still doesn't work.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me delete that and reload it. Okay, re-update the. Hold on. Delete. Okay, and I'm going to re-upload. Okay, so can you just check now? Hopefully. So where do you specify like which version of Angular you are using, which version of CLI, which version of maybe RxJS library you are using, or Angular core or Angular modules? So where do you specify that?
I'm assuming there's the angular.json,
Yeah.
and then there's.
Yeah, you got it.
It doesn't. Wait, it doesn't work. I'm going to share my screen to show you what error I'm getting.
No problem. Hold on a second. Let me see if there's a utility. Okay, fine. Let me send one more zip file, see if that works. Hold on. Let me try that. Don't say that this is a utility problem. File upload. Okay. So observe that there's original.zip. One more I've kept. So.
Okay.
Is it?
Well, I have access to it, but when I download it on my computer.
Hold on. Can you share your screen one time?
Okay. Okay. Can you see it?
Yeah. Now I am able to see it. So do you have Java on your machine?
Do I have what?
Java on your machine?
I don't think so.
Okay. Can you go to the CMD utility? Can you go to that command prompt to that location? You are in Windows or you are in Linux? Sorry.
I'm in Mac OS.
Okay. Just can you type ls there? Okay. Can you type Java? Let me see if Java is there. Okay, not there. Okay, fine. What is that? Please say it. Okay, so it doesn't say couldn't be completed, unable to locate Java runtime. Okay, so zip. Uh, okay, zip is there, right?
What zip?
Just type zip, zip, zip. Yeah, okay. Unzip that file name.
That this one?
Yeah, just type unzip and the file name.
Oh, um, I need to go to directory.
You need to go to downloads, I guess.
Zip.
Unzip.
Unzip.
Yeah. Just hit tab. It will automatically fill up.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh, it worked.
Yeah.
What?
So maybe it is
Okay.
internally using an some other utility to open. So that's okay. So you just have to kind of yeah. So if you say unzip minus D and give the folder name, it will unzip it into that location. Okay. Anyway, it has already extracted it
Yeah.
in that. No worries. So
Okay.
you go to that folder and then open it in which one? Visual Studio.
Yeah. Okay. So it's downloading.
No problem. Only 1 second. I'll be on the mute. 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. So were you able to successfully get it running?
I'm gonna check right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you observe here that so that add server button, is it disabled?
Yes.
Okay. So can you figure out a way to enable the button maybe after 2 seconds it should become enabled. So there is a timeout function from JavaScript like set timeout available. You can leverage that and enable the button to become active maybe after 2 seconds.
Okay. Uh, Okay.
Okay, so good. So you were able to figure out that. Now, when you add a server name, it should print a message saying that the server was created with the new name. And
When
so when you click on add, type something on the add server and the server name. Click on add server. Okay, so server created name is okay. So let me okay, fine. We have bad. Okay, so can you show me the code there on the HTML side? Yeah, so can you go to the HTML server component.html? Okay, remove that ng model there, or remove the two-way binding. So just remove the two. Okay, comment that whole thing. Line number 6 to line number 9.
Okay.
Okay,
Yep.
and try to add a new input text component, and it should print the server name, and you should not be using ng model.
Okay.
So basically you will have to pass an event object and try to obtain the name out of that. So
Okay. It still works.
Are you sure it's compiled?
Yeah.
Because that input text itself should not be visible from my point of view. You have commented it out, right?
Yeah.
But then how is it visible on the UI? Did you save the page?
Okay. Let me try it again.
Interesting. Okay, change the name on the add server to add server 1.
Oh,
Just
maybe I think it's this. Actually,
okay. So yeah, correct. Which one did you change then?
it was like the server components -1. Apparently,
Okay,
this.
I actually created a backup and I was supposed to remove this. Okay, no worries. So here, if you observe that there is an input text component and I'm passing the event object.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that event object will internally be using. So write a new function called on update server to say on new name or on create server,
Uh-huh.
and then obtain the name and update the server object. So,
Yep. I got it. I'm just gonna okay, so it's gone now. Padding looks weird, but
yeah, no problem. Just adjust a little bit on the stylings. So yes, on top of it, create an array on the back end, like a TypeScript array. And when you click on add new server, keep pushing those objects onto the array, onto the server, so that we know that how many servers have got created.
okay.
So here, if you observe, one is we have already tried out using ng model, and we were using the two-way binding.
Yeah.
Okay. Secondly, you will also be able to get the name using that input event. So in the input text, there is one event object which you are passing.
Yeah.
So refer to that code like that event object, how the name is obtained.
Yeah.
Okay. So just wanted you to be aware of it. So just look at the code one time, understand the flow completely.
Yep. Uh, okay.
Can you go to the HTML page one time, please? Okay. Remember that we had enabled and disabled that button. Yeah, at line number 25.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you observe, disabled is a HTML property of, like in the HTML, you have like a button. Button has a certain attributes like maybe like enable, disable, set the row size or width of the button. Sorry, yeah. So and set the text and all those things. So like if you observe, text is an attribute. Similarly, disabled is like a property of the button and all those things, right? So you are actually using setting the disabled property of the button by attaching it to one of the variable. Like example, allow new server is a Boolean value which will be decided from the backend whether it is true or false. Correct? and
Yeah.
then you are actually using the disabled property of the button. Actually, indirectly, you are doing property binding.
Yeah.
Okay. So one was like you did two-way binding. Then the another one was like you were retrieving the value from the backend by using that flower brackets twice, that is string interpolation. And the third way is like using disabled property or dealing with the attributes or properties of the HTML attributes, like disabled, width, height, and all those things. Are you with me, sir?
So my goal is to display.
Your goal hasn't changed. I was only trying to tell you that we are using the disabled property of the HTML element, and I just wanted you to kind of be aware that not only string interpolation is available, but you can also do property binding on the attributes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's all. Just wanted to highlight that point because that was a little bit like when we do property binding, right? You should be aware of it. Like what is property binding? So
Right. Right. Right.
that's all. So your target is still the same. Please continue.
Yeah. So the server name. Wait. Okay. So is that right?
Sorry, can you please repeat it?
Um, is this what I was supposed to do? Display the
So
server name.
okay, no problem. That's fine. Can you show me how you obtained the name?
Um, so
The TS file.
I uh I still use the same function on server name,
I know I got it.
and then I push it to my array to keep track of all the servers that's being pushed.
Okay, let me see that. So this dot server name is here, and this the server list dot push. Can you do one thing after the server list? Can you print the console log of the server list to see whether all the, or use that for loop and print all the elements of the server list
Okay.
so that we know that the server list really has the data.
Okay.
And then you have used anyway ng for.
So would I use the app server?
Now that we will do it later. I will
Okay.
replace that with ng for the list of servers what you have obtained. So,
So I'm gonna do this on the bottom.
no problem. Should be fine.
Um, I'll do an H1. Uh, I'll just do a paragraph. Actually, servers. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, look like yeah. Oh, okay, I got it. Perfect.
Okay.
I like it. Okay. Do you know why it's happening that way?
I think it's because on every input this function calls.
Okay. So basically, what's happening is like you got it correctly. So what's happening is like on every key up, basically every character you hit enter. Every character you hit, basically that key up function will get called, and then it will send the data to the. It will invoke that function. So basically, the last function. Okay, so you're getting my point, right? So if you
Yeah,
observe, can you open it when you run the debug console? You will be able to see that it will call that function 4 times. Every character, like for every character, it will call that function.
yeah. So I guess what's happening is on the input field for every character change, this function is being called.
Correct. For every character text you enter, that function is getting called. Correct.
So to fix it, instead of updating the server name on every key change, wouldn't I just do it on the button?
Um, yeah, that's also one way of doing.
I don't know if it's the prettiest
But
way,
then
but
I didn't want to use. Okay, 1 second. I'm just thinking. Like yeah, one way off is like on key up or maybe on key enter
on
or
key enter.
on lose focus is another way where once you lose the focus on that particular component, that means you're done typing. Then you could gather the input event.
So is that a different input event binder?
Yeah, other way around is like hold on 1 second. I'm just thinking. There is one crude way, okay, are cheap tactics.
Oh, you
So
know what?
yeah,
Maybe it's this push method.
no, that push method. See that that's what is basically the push method is getting. See that function is getting called more than once, right? So every time that method calls, it actually adds the entry into the push. So rather, once it is done receiving the events, then it makes sense. So let me see, how do I capture the input event lose focus?
Let me try this. See what happens.
Okay, there is a function called unfocus out. Okay, I'm sending that in the chat. So see if that can help you. Try it out. Okay, there is
But
nothing like perfect answer for everything.
I think I got it.
Which one are you using right now?
So I didn't use the function. So instead of pushing on every update,
Okay.
pushed on the submit button.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's also a good way. One more, try out this. Okay, I'm not saying that you should do it right away.
Okay.
There is one more option. What I noticed is like unfocus out is one another function available. So I'm sending in the chat. So,
Mm.
so
Why?
if you, so like focus out means when you are done typing, you will do the focus out on the particular component, right? Then you
Oh,
could as well capture the data. Would also make sense. Yeah, that's another way of doing it.
unfocused. This wait. I don't need this state.
Focus out. If you're unfocused, maybe you said that you remove that unfocus, but unfocus out where you could explore it, but just check it out. I'm not saying that that's the right way to do.
So this property unfocus, I'll call it on every
Now,
Okay.
once you use the focus on a particular component,
Okay, hold on. So would I do it like this then?
Unfocus out is like, yeah, that's another, yeah. And then yeah, okay, check it out, yeah, ideally speaking.
Okay, so I'm gonna revert it to where I was pushing on every key change to see what the problem.
Okay, first do one thing, put it on console log to see whether it is really printing or receiving the events.
Oh, okay, I guess.
You can comment that line for now.
Console.log this.server name. Okay.
And see whether dot function works, because I'm expecting it should work the same.
It's not printing anything.
It's not receiving.
No.
Okay. One second, I'm just thinking. We use set it as focus out, right? And the thing. Okay, not run focus out. It is focus out. There's no.
Focus out.
Yeah. And now.
Is the console? Is it supposed to be printing in a console?
Once again, hit tab. Hit tab. Tab.
Okay.
Yeah. So once you tab out means it's going to the next component, right? That's what focus out means.
Okay.
Like let's assume I have server name, server details kind of thing, and then I have multiple properties. Then once you are done with server name, when you go to the next component, that will fire it. So.
Okay.
Okay. So we will do a little bit of theory and then continue. Okay. So you added that thing, and then okay, the next thing is like we will do that ng far and then print it.
Oh yeah.
Add servers that we will do. Then we will also do ng directives. We will work on that. Ng if is also there. Did you try out ng if yesterday?
Ng what?
Ng if.
I have not yet. No.
No problem. We'll check it out. Okay, 1 second. So I'll just share the screen for like few minutes, refreshing ourselves, like what we learned or things like that. So there is a something called like an RxJS. You might hear it several times when you are working on Angular applications.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you heard of something called observer pattern?
I'm like learning how this stuff works, but I don't know, to be honest.
I was just trying to. Have you heard of something called observer pattern?
No.
Okay, no problem. So there's something called as a design patterns, where it provides you a little bit like a elegant way of making objects communicate with each other or notify the changes. Like example, here in India, when we purchase any item from Amazon website, it will send you notifications to say like, okay, your order has been received, your order has been shipped, your item is expected to deliver today, maybe tomorrow, who is going to deliver, and all those SMSs or messages you will keep receiving it on your mobile.
Okay.
Okay, so that means the data, they have added me as an observer for the order what I have placed, and as and when the order status changes, it keeps sending me notifications. Correct, no? So I have a subject and I have subscribed myself as an observer, and whenever the data received, I will be informed or I will be updated on the changes happening. Like example, track your order, track your courier. Those kind of things you might be hearing it, right? That is nothing but an observer pattern, where one observer will be watching for the change in the data on the